My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Roguebook. In the last episode, we took out C... No one with C is the start. We took out Sirocco, and we took out Aurora. So let's take out Shara and C for this time. Let's just completely alternate. So both of them like power, both of them like multi-strikes, both of them like... both of them have a lot of access to charge, so both of them can swap, and Shara likes swapping. I'm interested to see what we can do here. Allies, obviously, also quite a lot of overlap there. So we also get the ability to make some embellishments before we go in at the start here. Look, Golden Touch, the more money I have, the more options I have. So I'm intrigued, but also higher rarity treasures would be really nice. Let's just get at least another level of that. Maybe also up the rarity of inks. And you know what? I'll up the rarity of inks 2 times. I'm gonna underestimate, because it's kind of hard to project forwards the actual value you expect to get from a 3% increase in rarity of gems, or 3% increase in the chance of getting a higher rarity gem. But I think it'll still be impactful. Let's do it. So we have gotten down to the final exploration here. It is Empty Pot. Start each chapter with 2 less brushes. Oof. Probably not what we're going to want to do just yet. Enemies deal more damage, enemies have more life. So I'm going to activate Hidden and Compulsive. All Vaults of Wisdom are free, but must be picked up. Shop prices increased by 20%, and also Hidden, the back enemy always starts stealth. We don't have a huge amount of access to AoE in these 2 characters. Very little, in fact. Which is going to make Hidden a little worse. But we kind of just have to lump it on that one. And then if I take Terra Incognita is hard. I can't take Explorer. Or rather, I could, but then I would have to turn something else down. Fine, I'm going Terra Incognita, because this is going to get me the ability to unlock the level 3 of both Wealth and Heroism, and I am going to have to unlock these so that I can actually ultimately do level 15 with all 3 activated at the same time. Let's do it. What do we get to start this run with?
You'll do well at
Noble Ink. Fulgoro's hat. All gold piles are revealed. This is not just good because it reveals all gold piles, but also our pathing is now a lot better. We also got a Scholar Shard gem at the very start. Y'all. So the Fulgoro's hat has revealed all of these little gold spaces, which are going to be useful in my pathing for helping me just join areas. Obviously, a little bit of extra golds if they just happen to be adjacent to the path that I was intended to go anyway. But this was something that was mentioned in my Discord. I think it was mentioned by Birch. In particular, it's actually also a huge buff to Runes of Sight, because now Runes of Sight can't just find piles of gold, like garbage piles of gold in the corner of the map. They have to find something better than them. All right, Nadam, what do you got?
So, come here often?
Okay, we have Flesh Weave, heal for 7 life, dissolve. Meat Shield, gain 8 block. You may sacrifice an ally to gain 10 additional block. Hate, gain maximum rage at the end of your turn. The upgraded version of which is stay enraged until the end of your turn. Oh, I should also mention, there's been a large patch between the last time that I played and now. There have been a litany of bug fixes. I'm not necessarily just going to be able to read down the entirety of the patch. I'll probably include in the top of the link in the description down below the patch notes for 1.4 or 1.5, depending on whether or not you're looking at the image on the thing or the title of the thing. It's weird. But a lot of things have been fixed. So... And some things have been changed in terms of their balance as well. So I was reminded because the Horsemaster has 2 more spirit than they otherwise would. An aggressive ally used to swap your heroes, smoke shields, retreat from the front line, and then power surge. Playable if you only have Shara cards in hand. Attack the leading enemy for 15. How often am I only gonna have Shara cards in hand? None of these immediately want me to pick them up and then work them into my deck. They'll be worked in later if they are. Whenever you damage more than a single enemy with a single card, draw a card. It costs 1 less this turn. Garadon's Talon is good, but again, we don't have that much access to AoE. Another thing that we can see a kind of like change in stats here is Sifa was one of the highest win rate champions, heroes, whatever you call them, characters. Heroes, right? They call them heroes on the cards or something like that. Anyhow. Was the highest win rate champion compared with all of the rest of the pairings. And for that reason, a lot of Sifa's cards have been slightly reduced in power level. Sulfuric Barrier used to be 8 block, 8 rage. Now it is 7 block, 7 rage. Rage? Okay, so we've got a base rage and a base sulfuric and a base meat shield all in this deck. Good to see. And then 1000 Cuts. Actually, this was a card for Shara that was buffed. 1000 Cuts now does 1 more damage than it did previously. Of course, it attacks 3 times, so it translates to 3 extra damage. We're going to want to save the Scholar Shard majority of the time to put on a 0 cost. Yep, I don't need to do anything with any of those just yet. Now, I have to use all Vaults of Wisdom, don't I? And they're free. Cool. So, let's have a short discussion here at the start about usage of Vaults of Wisdom, because I've been advised, I would say, quite consistently to just interact with them as soon as I see them. The reason I don't do that is because if I find gems or narratives or relics or some emergent undiscovered property in the run, it might drive me to want to select one card over another card. So if my current deck is functional and I have enough block and I have enough damage, then it can serve to give me a direction, but the other things in the run are more set in stone, like the gems and stuff like that. Not always the gems, actually, to be fair. The gems come with a selection of 2, and I think selection of 3 now even for us. But as long as the deck is currently functioning, I'm trying to hold off on using the Vaults of Wisdom for the sake of that kind of value that I might be able to accrue later on. It's actually a pretty good brush positioning. It gets us to 2 normal battles. So despite the fact that it gets us absolutely nothing else, it's still okay. Obviously, once we go to the higher epilogues, as we're continuing to go to the higher epilogues, it's probably going to be more likely that I need to draft something early just to get along, but that'll be then. This is now. Okay, you have a lot of HP. You usually have 34 in this first fight, I think. Sulfuric, and then just absorb soul. Take 7. Happy to take some damage on Sifa, as always. Some, not all. Okay. Do that. And then we'll rage you back in the front as well. Alright. So now we are hoping for the kill this turn, I guess. No, that's okay. We'll just set up for the kill. And then absorb soul next turn. Go back up to 57. 24, 24. Yep, cool. Nice. That's why we're using health as a resource. Allowed us to finish that fight probably like 3 turns earlier. Ooh, explosive pigment when I have a noble. Okay, I should try and find 1, 2, 3. So 4. And then it'll explore 3 spaces away in all directions. 3 tile range around myself, so it'll explore all of that. It's pretty appealing. Coming up here, we start exploring into Sky Tower territory. Excuse me. Sky Tower territory consistently. Magda's Fan. At the start of battle, add a random card of the equipped hero to your hand. It costs 0 this battle. Sifa has more expensive cards on average, so I'll probably just give it to Sifa. Okay, let's do the aforementioned thing out this way. "22 spaces discovered." We get access to a decent amount of gold. We've got the Rune of Sight. We've got 2 Vaults of Wisdom. And also we are now very close to accessing the Lava Shield as well as this normal battle down here. So it's served multiple different functions at the same time. I still probably don't want to use the Rune of Sight when the Sky Towers are still available. Just because it can discover something directly under a Sky Tower and then you cry for a million years. I do. Okay, I think it's just the next battle now. Yeah, I need another ink to know what I'm going to do next. Oh, this could be a problem. I may... 7 damage. If I move you to the front, that's 9 more damage. Okay, I'm gonna actually move you to the front and then 1,000 cuts there. This is gonna be a problem, isn't it? 8 and then 24. So we actually do manage to get some HP back from this. Unfortunately, the backline unit is now available. I don't have very dense defense cards, and they have big hits. They're interested in doing those DMG points. I can't even defend this turn unless I want Shara to be the person who takes the damage, and I don't want Shara to be the person who takes the damage. Ow. Smoke Bomb for Retreat would actually be a pretty good card to put in this deck.
Is that it?
Just for the sake of a little bit more defensiveness. I mean, we lost 8 HP in that fight. It could be a lot worse. Positioning, cool. That will immediately get us the Lava Shield up here. Whenever the equipped hero takes... whenever an enemy attacks the equipped hero, they take 3 damage. So the character we leave out front most often will happily hold that. 2 more spaces of Precision Ink actually gets me to that Sky Tower. That's pretty efficient as well.
Oh, hello.
Hey! Hello, Golden Fairy. You actually don't stop me from using the one that was already selected. Interesting. Sure. There we go. Alchemist. Because it gets you such a powerful card, can also be a really good way to start out. Although, there is one event that dupes a card that you have, which is why I usually try and hold off on events, that is to say narratives, until I get a particularly powerful card that I wanted to use. But I think that one might be misordering. It's also early days. Like, any of these could be misordering. Any of these are subject to change at any point in time. I don't necessarily think that I have it all right yet. Or ever. But I had been holding off on those on account of the possibility of picking up something that I would want to dupe in one of those events. But there are also so many narratives that actually then drive your picks afterwards by, like, changing your base relic or giving you some ridiculously powerful effect that you can capitalize on to then ball out of control for your run. So I think I will just take narratives as soon as I find them. That's one I'm going to reprioritize, definitely. I don't know if I have enough damage for you yet. So let's go to an Alchemist. I don't think Shara wants 2 defense in her deck right now. As much as I do want defense, I don't think Shara wants to defend. Oh. Attack the leading enemy for damage equal to your draw pile. We know how powerful Primal Skull can be. We just saw it very recently. The only problem is, right now it looks like getting a card that I can't use for a very long time. I think I'm just going to take Duel with Shard of Hunting in.
Very well.
That actually might be enough damage. If that counts as 2 instances of damage, so it double dips on Shara's power, that'd be pretty good. That'd be handy. I need to make sure I can kill you. All right. But if I go to a Vault of Wisdom, I want defense right now, not damage. I'm not getting any more direction from these battles. They're going to give me ink that I can't use right now. Whatever. It's not good for us. That is a lot of damage cards in the opening hand. We want those split out across turns so that I can actually play all of them. Thankfully, we are in the front line, and we know that we're about to draw into the 1,000 cuts. Below 1,000 cuts. Attack the leading enemy for 15. And then attack the leading enemy for damage equal to your draw pile. Oh, it did 3! So it did count the power. Okay, so I just turned that into a multi-strike that charges. That's not bad. In fact, that's good. In fact, it's the opposite of bad. Being good. That was not great. I probably could have absorbed soul if I didn't do it that way. Sulfuric Barrier, I want to cast that next turn. Sure. I'll actually take a second then. Yeah, because now we can Sulfuric Barrier, get 7 more rage. That will persist between fights. Then I'll use the duel for the kill. Actually worked out better in the end, I think. It really feels like the shop isn't even that impressive this floor. End of each turn, retain a random card. At the end of each turn, retain a random card is not bad. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it's unbad. Okay, we should just start dunking on normal enemies for a bit. I mean, the Aura of Weakness is in the front line. Hang on. Attack a leading enemy for damage equal to your draw pile. 5 cards in my draw pile. What? Oh, no, that was 5 with the 3 strength and then the weakness from... Yeah. Okay, never mind. That was fine. That was fine. It's not showing the right number on the card, but it was doing fine, I think. Sulfuric Meech. Actually, it's probably just Rage. And then a big Sulfuric Barrier. Excuse me? Rage and then a big Sulfuric Barrier. The Sulfuric Barrier was 20? Yeah, it was 20. Oh, I thought it was actually going to be more. Okay. Actually, I probably shouldn't have swapped their positioning. You were going to take 3 damage from the lava shield. And the boss was going to take 3 damage from the lava shield. Okay. Oh, you're going to give me another free turn? I really wasn't expecting that. That is quite generous of you. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. So we'll do the 7 and then the 5. And then we might draw into another Rage card. We might draw into Absorb Soul. We can draw into Sulfuric Barrier. There's Rage. We got Sulfuric Barrier and then Absorb Soul. We actually managed to really heal on out of that. Excuse me. How much health did I just get back from that? Was I only on 51? No, 49 and it's 8 health. Right? Yeah, it's 8 health. Okay, never mind. 5 spaces in a straight line. Good, that'll give us some real direction. Yeah, but other things could also be particularly helpful right now. 9? 9's not awful. But I don't think I want to use it early. Let's go for another normal battle. Gosh. We really don't defend. 8, 16. Not enough. I just want to kill the one that's going to be dealing the most damage here. I can do it. It's lunge at it and then 1000 cuts it, but that's so much. 1000 cuts in the front line is 9/3 for 27. So I can't lunge another target and then 1000 cuts it. And duel also will only target the frontliner. Yeah, if it's got to be lunge 1000 cuts, it's got to be lunge 1000 cuts. I don't know what to tell you. Why do I have 7 defense? I don't have 7 defense. It's illusory. We're about to take damage. Yep. Sometimes that just happens. Sulfuric meat shields. I mean, I'm not really going to deal any damage this turn anyway. It's just who do I want to get the debuff? I guess Sifa maybe. And more damage in... Oh, regardless of that, the lava shield should make me want to put Sifa out front there anyway. Duel and fed. By putting you back out front so that you do the damage to a target who's attacking. Dang. Alright, I'm gonna go Sulfuric Barrier and then just pop you with the Rage. Yeah, that seems the right way to go about that. Can I just get the 1000? There we go. Oh, never mind. Don't even need to use the 1000 cuts because I'm going to heal instead. Beautiful. We have lost half of the HP on Shara, which is not good. Thankfully, I do have a Radiant Heart there to start the healing. I actually think I will immediately do that. Got another Explosive Brush. And we've got a Royal Link to set up for it as well. There. And that'll actually even get me to that Sky Tower. There. Yeah, it gets to the Sky Tower, which is actually a huge amount of the value from it. What others could I do? 5 up from here accesses that. That gets me 1 away from the Sky Tower. I don't want to do it directly next to the Sky Tower if I can avoid it. Do I have another normal battle before I do that? No. So I can't get another ink before I do this? Actually, going here is probably better. It includes more of the bottom space, but includes less of the boss space. Slightly overlaps with the Sky Tower a little more. Yeah, I think we do it this way. .26 spaces is pretty good from an Explosive Pigment. Elite battle for ourselves. We just open this bad boy up as well. Another elite battle and a Farrier Well. Also another Rune of Sight. That is both of the... Yeah, both of those opened. So now we'll use the... That is the Sky Towers, rather. So we'll use the Rune of Sight. Just looking for better objects. Oh, still a pretty low value one right there. Actually, we consume that also. And go to the event. Oh. Oh dear. Shara steps up to the throne. Instead of dealing damage, Shara's cards inflict half as much bleed instead. That's what we do, right? We just do that now? Seifer is always enraged but loses 3 life whenever he plays a card. There is the card in the shop that... Actually, there's a card in the shop that was just like heal for a bunch. But then there's also rage in there. No, I think I do want to do the bleed. Seifer can do some nutty stuff if Zoe's in rage. Giant defense all on Seifer. Actually might prevent HP loss at this point. Alright, Seifer. Seifer saunters up to the throne, smiling wickedly. After some hesitation, Magda lays her sword across his shoulder and a torrent of magical energy pours forth into him. Go, my champion, speaks Magda. Bring glory to the Empire. I beg you. Seifer tilts his head backward. Magda looks concerned. It's okay. I've always particularly liked Magda. I've always idolized her. I've always been one of... Nope. No, there's absolutely no way to describe that. Anyway, let's go collect this relic down in the bottom left of the screen. That'll get it. We'll add a random Seifer card, because hey, it's an enraged card. Flesh Weave. Heal 7 life. Heal 12 life. What if I just heal 12 life every time with it? Because we should take this. We should 100% take that. We also have enough directionality now to go to Vaults of Wisdom pretty happily, I think.
Interesting.
Okay, that matters. We'll probably end up wanting to go that direction too. I don't really have much exploration left. Uh-oh. Rage Mind. Draw until your hand is full. I know there's Dragon Spirit there and that's courage, but draw until your hand is full. Just being a card that we have. It's pretty cool. Wait, no, we already have access to the boss, so I don't need to... Okay, I don't need to fret, but... Okay, okay, never mind. No need to be worried. Good. Vaults of Offering are free, but you can't skip them? But must be picked up. So do I have to go to every Vault of Wisdom here? I do want to go to a lot of them, but do I have... Yeah, I just can't turn down what I would get from them. Attack an enemy for an amount equal to Seifer's Rage. Set Seifer's Rage to 10. I'm worried. Because I'm worried that this will somehow break the Eye of Insanity, and then your rage will be 10 and then you won't be enraged anymore. But if it works, it's 25 damage on a single card.
Fine.
I need more healing cards if I can find any. I mean, Shadow Strike is actually a thing that we may want. We may want things that discard other things from our hand so we can play Rage Minds. But I think I can take a range mind. Start of each battle, see if it gains 10 rage. Doesn't matter to us. Activate a storyteller. No, when Shara takes damage, she gains 2 stacks of courage. Shara doesn't really play in this as much yet. Maybe we do just take the ally that has draw. We can sacrifice it for extra block from Meat Shield if we need to. Something I'm certain I will benefit from, even if the benefit is, in my estimation, going to be minor.
It seems that not everything we paint can be explored. These areas feel heavier. I think there are obstacles that'll block our path.
Okay. Thanks, bud. I think we figured that out in episode 1, but I appreciate the tip. Yep. Okay, what happens? Okay, so that's weakened by the Aura of Weakness. Makes sense. Rage doesn't change. All right. Love to see it. It's a lot of cards to draw. And so here, block. I need more heal Sifa cards is important though, and Sifa also needs to consistently be able to pump out enough damage to heal up with Absorb Soul in fights like this, speaking thereof. Good one. I'll play Rage Mine and then Flesh Wave. And I guess the Mania too. And the enemy blocks, but that sets up for, yep, just a single attack and then Absorb Soul. Beauty.
Is that it?
When would we have taken damage? After the card's complete resolution? After the heal is ended? Precision Ink is actually one of the best things we could have gotten there. Because now we can pop a single ink there and pick up 43 gold. 43 gold is a lot of gold. A Radiant Heart. I mean, look, Radiant Heart would actually be a nice thing to stack a couple copies of here. 2 of these get us down to that gemstone and another Radiant Heart and more gold. One of them gets us to this normal battle. Let's take on the normal battle. We should also think about saving some excess stuff for the next floor as well at this point. Flame Soaker. This ally has additional spirit equal to your draw pile size. We have a lot of, like, not just Flame Soaker, but we've got the Gem of Hunting. We've got things that synergize with the size of our deck. And also, Sifa will play as many cards in Enraged as he is allowed to. Happily. Okay. Let's pop a strike there, and then... So so after the complete resolution of the card, I'll take that damage. Interesting. So that means even after healing up, I'm always going to be 3 down, which means I don't want to specifically always stall fights to heal up. Good information to have.
This is wasting my time.
It doesn't happen there because the enemy died before the resolution of the card. As in the post-resolution phase of the card. So it didn't even happen. Zoom ink, beautiful. Actually, probably the best thing we could have picked up there. Yeah. Gems are too good. When this blocks, deal twice as much damage to the leading enemy instead. Cool. Cool. So there's a card that blocks for 20 every time we play it. How about deal 40 to the front enemy line? I might find another card that is more defense, like an Entrench or something like that. So I'll hold off, but that is what I'm thinking about. Dragon Spirit is really good. 0-cost cards that I can play out of hand so that I can try and get rid of them. Things that give us extra energy. These are all things that are going to synergize with the amount of draw that we have with the 2 Rage Minds in deck. So Dragon Spirit. Also, we're literally about to go into 2 elite battles and then a boss battle. And then Dragon Spirit is way too good after you do that. Like, you only need to play it once per fight. Concentrate! There's also Devil's Rest. Just draw 5 cards. Easy. Energy is what we need more than card draw right now. And also thinning down the deck is going to be really good too. Oh my god. What is this? What are we doing? Flesh Weave probably just get the HP. Adrenaline Rush does make sense, though. It is an extra energy in amongst all that draw. But if Sifa can't, like, full heal after every fight, we lose? I think it'd be daft of me to see that and then turn that Flesh Weave down when I know exactly how this deck loses. I mean, hilarious idea to use Power Surge. That's never happening. I wouldn't be surprised if I wanted to go 1 space out here and then pop a brush. We are going to get 2 brushes from the elite fights. 1 from each, rather. Could connect up there and get that heart. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I think it is elite fight next for us. Oh, Voice of Hunger is actually using a debuff this turn. Maybe I don't even hit it. Ritual Strike is the card that was added by 0 cost. This is actually something I was thinking about when we got Magnus Fan at the start of battle. Add a random card of the equipped hero to your hand and cost 0 less. Cost 0 this battle. Ritual Strike is a card that costs 3, and it gives you back 3 energy, but it has melee and combos, so you can try and be in the front line and activate combos, so it actually does give you an energy refund as well as deal damage. Its 2nd level also gives you 5, but if it's 0 cost and you're constantly in rage, I'm just gonna gain 5 energy here. You're stealthed! What? Okay, so I actually have to kill all of the other units on the field before I can do that now. Oh, that's so rude. Strike you. And then I'm gonna have to use Absorb Soul there. Do I want to Rage Mind? Maybe I just 1,000 Guts from the back line and then Rage Mind. Yeah. I want to draw as many cards as possible because I got things like the Dissolve and the Dragon Spirit and stuff like that. Concentrate a Defend out of that. Get a Dragon Spirit out of the hand as well. Actually, with 2 Rage Minds and the Dissolve and... Okay. Well, I have an infinite. Okay, but... It needs to do things quickly, otherwise Sifa will just die. So things like the Sulfuric being 40 damage actually make a lot of sense then. Cards from the other character for a little bit and then Rage Mind. Ritual Strike gives us all the energy we could possibly even need. Flesh Weave. Up to that front line. Flesh Weave. And then we have nothing we intentionally need to kill with or anything like that. Okay, cool. Good one. Now that was available to us because we had the combo strike, melee strike, the punch that gave us all of the energy. We may not necessarily have that in future fights, but if we manage to find one, or if we manage to find other energy generation, or if we get like another dissolve, that can be a more routine thing that we do. Roguebook, when the equipped hero plays a card that costs 2 or more, gain 4 block. All right.
Very well.
very well. No. I think I save all of my money for the next floor. There's nothing in that store that enthuses me more than not having it. Oh man, I really feel like I'm missing out on value by not just standing in the middle there and go. 1, 2, 6. God. I actually might be missing out on too much value by not doing that.
I see.
Well, 2 Vaults of Wisdom. I can't skip a Vault of Wisdom, so if I really do want to do infinite stuff, which I probably shouldn't, to be honest, I would skip both. No. We went infinite last episode. That's another concentrate. Really? You're gonna make me do this?
Excellent.
I tried not to! When Shara takes damage from an enemy attack, she retreats and gains 4 power next turn. Whenever Sifa becomes enraged, gain energy and draw a card. It's also head start, gain energy and draw a card at the start of each battle. I think both of those are probably going to function the exact same way. Sifa is always enraged. If you enter a fight with 25 rage, do you become enraged at the start of the fight? Regardless, I take head start because it's the same for us. Lots of wisdom for shock and awe ranged. Each time heroes attack this turn, gain 2 block. I mean, it's not nothing, but it's damned close. Unless I'm throwing a bunch of daggers, that's really not that much defense. I'll take Warcry. 0 cost I can easily cast. Okay. I'm probably going to take the brush from this elite just through to the next area, though. Devil's Rest. Combo, draw 5 cards. So we'll concentrate to remove defend. Draw 5 cards. Okay. Mania you in the front line. Send a rage out against the second line. Absorb the soul of the front line. Concentrate that strike out of the deck. Perfect. Have Warcry set up for a duel? Duel into 1,000 cuts? Yeah. And you know what? Just for the possibility. Just for the possibility that we just kill this turn, I'm going to try it. See if we draw a 0 cost dissolve or anything like that. We do not. I'm going to play that and then draw. Okay, never mind. We did get the dissolve. That means best lethal is still this. We'll heal Sifa up in a different fight.
Well.
Ooh, another treasure. Tyrian Shield. When the equipped hero blocks, increase the amount gained by 1. That actually would have made the ranged rare for Shara that triggers on any hero attack. That would have made that a lot better. Still think it just goes on Sifa though.
Interesting.
11 spaces is a pretty good reveal. Yeah. The reason I keep doing the reveals right now is because I know there's another alchemist and I know there's another farrier well hidden on this before we go to the next screen. And if that had have revealed a farrier well, then it would have looked very good. How dare it not? I'm actually just going to take a quick strike here. Just another 0 cost that I can get out of the hand. I haven't got enough draw to take infinite 0 costs between my draw cards, so I should also think about the overall composition of my deck. Move on. Yeah, like this turn doesn't have draw. Well, Storyteller has draw at least. Flash Wave for full heal. Mania, duel my way to the front. And give him 1,000 kills. Beautiful. Still don't have a single area of effect card yet. I would like one. Alright, Rage Mind. You got me the other Rage Mind. That is half of your job, admittedly. Get the Flesh Weave out of there. Then another Rage Mind. Oh wow, we actually didn't get it. There we go. I was waiting for the Concentrate, just didn't appear. We do have 2 of those. I also really would like just Rage Bolt the card. I don't need to perfect any fight as long as I get the win. And we do. That first hit killed the front enemy. So the behavior usually with leading enemy attacks is if the leading enemy is no longer there, it just reassigns to the new leading enemy and attacks them. We Warcry into goodbye.
I feel stronger.
As well you should. You've got 5 power right now. The gold stack of pages. Take that vial of rejuvenation. Get us all the way back up. A brush. Columns Amulet. At the start of each battle, add 4 columns prayers to the deck. I think that's the way that I ensure that I have enough draw to really support what I'm trying to do right now. When you play this, add a copy to your hand with no gems. I mean, that'd put a lot of concentrates in the deck. I'd put a lot of Rage Minds in the deck. Make sure that we have enough cycle there. Dark Temper. Charge attack for 12. When you add a card to your deck, this gains +1 attack permanently. The upgraded version of that is attack for 12 twice. Then the Spitting Blade is attack for all enemies for 4 times. That is AoE. That is what I've been asking for. And Sifa's Wrath. When Sifa becomes enraged, add this to your hand. It's also just a 0 cost attack that Sifa can play. I'm actually going to take the cards. Quick thinking. If you have no cards in hand, draw a card. Also really good. Receive no wounds when Sifa dies. Interesting. Whenever you swap Shari gains +1 power this time. I'm going to take quick thinking. I'm going to see if I can just generate enough energy that that we constantly quick think. That we come out on top unceasingly, rather, sorry. Royal Ink. 5 spaces in a straight line. What do you got, Nadam? Crystallis? At the start of each battle, the equipped hero gains protection, or the equipped hero gains 2 power in the back row, the Hunting Spear. If the equipped hero did not attack last turn, they gain +2 power this turn. Swords of the Fallen. Just a 0 gain 3? Oh boy. Oh boy. Windstorm Colossus. Ally aggressive. Whenever the heroes play a card, decrease the cost of the Colossus by 1. I don't know if that's even necessary now. Oh boy. Himsail's Quill. Whenever you consume an ink, reveal 1 extra tile at random. If I am going to get that, I want to get that as early as possible. So standing here, 5 up. An explosion gets me to the pile of gold. So we definitely start with this battle, right? Before we do anything else, a little bit more information. Hello, it's Sanu. I want to try and play non-Sifa cards as much as I can here. It does look like Dark Temper increased itself by 2 for the other 2 cards I gained at the same time as Dark Temper. I wasn't going to bring that up as a thing that I wanted, but I'm glad that it is the case. Spinning Blade. Attack all enemies for 4 times. So good. Alright, Rage Mind. Ah, there we go. Flesh Weaver, we're back up. Concentrate. I guess I'm concentrating out some of Sifa's cards. Mania feels pretty bad, actually. Like, we have enough other things that are just a 25 on Will. I don't need that one to be 1-2. And Absorb Soul to end it off. Okay, yeah, we might actually just have enough damage density. It doesn't matter. It's another 5. Ooh.
Fagora!
What'd you take? Magda's Fan? Yeah, Magda's Fan's actually pretty good. Alright, Roylink comes down in this direction. And hidden very well, perfect. Extra energy on turn 1 is very good for me. Let's take the normal battle as well. I'm looking for small inks so that I can make my way to the other tower without wasting as much as it looks like we would. We should also start thinking about just using some of the gems that we have. We're very, very ahead of the fights. By the way, another point on gems. Also, Sifa's Wrath. So this might confirm, or at least it hints, that entering a fight on 25 rage does not trigger becoming enraged at the start of the fight. Because if it did, there would have been a base version of the Sifa's Wrath in the deck at that point, which would have been pulled into hand when the enrage trigger occurred. By the way, can confirm from the patch notes of 1.4 that Phantom Strike was intended to go into your hand at the end of the turn if Sifa took damage, no matter where it was, no matter if you played it that turn. And Sifa's Wrath is also a global trigger. I would like if that part of the card was slightly separated, but the fact that Phantom Strike didn't say like at the end of the turn return this to your hand or anything like that. It was saying just pull it from the deck or the discard pile. Tended to hint in the other direction for me at least, in terms of the kind of like intuitive read. Although it is worth noting, like my intuitive read is very largely based off of other games that I have played. So it's kind of biasing towards other things that I've also experienced, but it also does bias towards, you know, cogency of mechanics with themselves. Natural. Yeah, good kill. Still have nothing that I want to use as a slay, right? Necessarily. Noble Ink, I mean, look, that is fewer spaces than the previous one. So it does fulfill what I asked for, but it's not really the spirit of it, you know what I mean? I'd rather use a brush. I'm stand here and use a brush as well. It's not incredibly efficient into... Oh, wait, hang on. One space further up. It's not incredibly efficient in terms of the space. But it does get for Goros and it gets me to the Himsel's Quill, which I want to get as soon as possible. And that goes on you. Ogato also goes on you. Let's just keep adding more cards to the deck, maybe. As long as I add some draw cards. Charge. Reduce an enemy's power by 4 for 1 turn, heal 4 life. Worth noting, the upgraded version of this does not dissolve. There's also parry, just gain 4 block. And lacerate. Yeah.
Fine.
Guess I'll take it. It's more healing. Need to increase that as well. I think I'm going to take the riposte on that one, though. Charismatic allies cost 1 less. If an enemy dies, if it wasn't a summon. Sorry, when an enemy dies, if it wasn't a summon, CP heals 3 life. Or once per battle, click on Shara to attack the leading enemy for 15 and then retreat. I'm taking the life tap there. Definitely. Helps lessen the burden of how many heals I need to actually find the ability to get and use. Nope. Just don't seem that good. 4, 4, 4. This actually might be the best use for this Noble Ink at the moment. Okay. Dragon Spirit. Draw some cards. Play some cards. Actually, I should try and draw another card with this first. Beautiful. Draw more. Concentrate's good. I'm gonna use that to get the Absorb Soul out. I want to give myself the ability to possibly draw more cards with quick thinking, if need be, this turn. And it looks like need do be. I'm gonna sacrifice that character, and fine, we dead stop on 1,000 cuts there. Swords the Fallen makes it pretty hard to hard stop. If I get the ability to just add this back to hand, it's over. It's all over but the crying at that point. Okay. Let's move our way back up to a decent amount of HP. Stab our enemy to a decent amount of dead. I guess I'll use the Storyteller as well, just in case. That was to say, just in case we got a card that allowed me to finish the fight without trying to attack again. Didn't manage that. Which is a-okay because we have more draw. Alright. Really? I couldn't get to the... Wait, Drain... Oh, I already... Drain Strength was still left in the deck, but I already actually used... the Absorb Soul. I consumed it with the Concentrate. Forgot about that. Immediately. Did it and immediately forgot about it. That's our Mecha Cannon. Whenever you play a ranged card, deal 5 damage to all enemies. We don't really play any ranged cards though, but it's fine. I should also make sure that I have a path to the exit. Yeah, I mean, I can use the Noble Ink to already guarantee a path to the exit right now if I wanted to. Also got 1 elite fight, so I know I've got 1 more. 1 more unlocked there. Fine, I'm going to take this normal battle next. Hello, Yakapult. Attack for 5. The next 2 attacks against this enemy are critical hits. I'd love to see it. Just burn lunge there. Column's prayer. Draw another card. I'm gonna mark you and then dark temper you. Okay, 64 damage. Seems okay. Colin, what do you got to say about it? Oh, I see. Colin doesn't draw 3 cards. So I think it detected my hand was empty and it allowed me to play the column, so it allowed me to draw 3 instead of 2. Obviously, I'm looking for some more HP before we end the battle, if that's possible. Doesn't look like it is. There's still nothing in here that I need to use for the sleigh or anything like that. Yeah, I shouldn't pick up anything that wants to be used specifically for the sleigh, because that would actually be really, really, really difficult to guarantee. A lot of the time, I'd just go far past it. Just wildly whizzing past it. Oh, baby. That 3-tile is a dense revelation of here. We've already gone to both towers as well, so we can now go to the Rune of Sight. Okay. I like that space up there. Give me precisioning so I can justify doing it. I actually may just save all of my money for the next floor and just try and go for some really busted gems. Kind of seems like our best option right now, to be honest. Let's concentrate on that. I'd like to get Warcry out before we use Spinning Blade, if possible. There's the Spinning Blade too. Okay, oh, right, because we have another Spinning Blade. That makes sense. It's Raid Bind. There's the Warcry. Warcry is until the end of turn as well. So it will allow us to do both Spinning Blades with just a bunch of extra damage on. Alright, we'll concentrate a defend out. Keep looking for healing cards. There we go. Start with a Flesh Weave, follow up with another Flesh Weave. Absorb a soul, and in doing so, kill both targets on the field. There we go. Huh? Huh? Hang on. Didn't you say you were going to die to it? Oh, I should use 1,000 cuts. Oh, wait, we full healed anyway. Ah, right, because of the other... Yeah, never mind, makes sense. Oh, explosive pigment. Oh, baby. 24, 26, 25 there. This 26 gets a lot. Found the hidden fairy well, perfect. Got gold. I now have access to the boss fight. Got even more gold up there. I can get those with not too much effort. Probably still don't want to, but I could.
Interesting.
No, it's not, Sifa. Don't lie to me. Do something like that. 4 spaces down from here. I want to be able to access a normal battle. This will access more ink. Alright, let's do this. Fine. Show us what you got normal battle. Dragon Spirits. Try and burn out the high cost cards in hand. Thankfully we have as much draw as we want whenever we want it. Just keep playing from the top of the deck. Unceasingly from the top of the deck. So Calm's Prayer. Yeah, drew 3 cards that time. Yeah. So I think it is counting the hand as empty with that for some reason. I mean, I'll just activate the Storyteller just in case the Concentrate has a good card to burn here. Yeah, I mean, it's fine burning that. So we can max out our draw. Okay, use a Flesh Wave from the back line, killing the front line enemy. And then setting up for 1,000 cuts on the newly revealed target. Set up with another lunge and a strike to finish it off. And on the perfect HP for everyone here. Another basic ink. I could easily see myself holding that. Until next floor. Oh, I really didn't intend to pick that up. In fact, I still had the ability to move for a moment, but Rage Mind is yeah, sure, I'll take it. Thanks. Hello, Rapala. Hate Seed! Whenever a hero takes damage, Hate Seed gains spirit equal to the damage taken. Just casually going to gain all of the possible spirit on that. It's not really even gonna have time to give us that much spirit before we just kill. Use another Rage Mine, try and get more expensive cards out of hand here. Okay. Make our way to the front to set up for 1,000 cuts. Wow, we're actually going to stop drawing. Have to pop a Rage Mine then, a Column's Prayer, and yikes, that is not extra HP. Or draw, rather. If I wanted to, I could draw right now and we'd get the... Or we'd start moving back towards Concentrate. The thing is, the debuff the enemy plays is really bad in this fight. I think I actually have to try for it. That's not gonna do it. The debuff the enemy plays in this combat deals damage to the front liner whenever they play a card. So ideally, like, Hate Seed will overwhelm this for us. Let's Concentrate. I guess lunge out here. Lay out Dragon Spirit. It's just gonna be Rage Mine then. Taking a bunch of damage after doing so. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna defend to put Shara in front for a moment. Giving him a little bit of time to Flesh Weave back here. $58 and 27 is 65 is 85. So 1,000 cuts right now is lethal. Nice.
A worthy foe.
Yeah, probably the worthiest one we've sought so far. Another gold, another brush. Each turn gain 3 block, sure. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave with our current resources. Devil's Rest. Just, the draw cards are good still. So the 0 costs and the discards. Especially if they're added in roughly equal measure. Is there another? Yeah, there is another. I'm just gonna take all the cards, really. Mark. Set up for critical hits. Sure. Second Wind. At the start of turn 5, the heroes gain 3 power, face to face. At the end of the turn, if Sifa is leading, he gains 5 rage. When you enter your turn with no cards in hand, Shara gains 1 power. Well, that can't happen, and Sifa can't gain rage, so we'll do Second Wind, despite the fact that I don't think we're getting to turn 5. A bit too late for Dark Temper. Mentor, if it was aggressive, maybe I could be buffing it with the promote. Although maybe it's still just worth it.
Perfect.
Sure. It's just a permanent +2 power for Sifa when I play it, so that's good enough. And it might synergize with something in the future, but if it doesn't, that's okay. Last Vault of Wisdom before we leave. Flame Lick. Hitting the enemy and drawing for 3 cards, or... we'll take a Drain Strength for more healing, because we are adding so many more cards to combo through. Alright. Draw a card. Just gonna put that on Concentrate. And this block deals twice as much damage as the leading enemy instead. I mean, I've been holding off. I guess I'll hold off until the store next floor because I'm still not, like, dying. If I were really having difficulty, then it would make sense to have to slam those right now, but I can wait for the information I get from the next floor. Easily. Summon 2 brutes. 2 big brutes. Okay. There's a Drain Strength. Drain Strength actually very... Oh my god, I didn't even check again. Anyone want to tell the class what I just did? 1 hour and 12 minutes in? Anyone? The Avatar of Mist. Anytime a hero takes damage, dissolves the top 4 cards of your deck. So anytime Sifa plays a card, I am going to dissolve the top 4 cards of my deck. Is that going to resolve before or after my draw? Because we might be able to form an infinite in that final fight. Oh god, what have I done? What have you done, Raps? What have you done? It's okay. If that happens, then it happens. I try. It slips my mind. This is the kind of thing that happens to a lot of people constantly. Don't worry, it happens to a lot of guys. This is the kind of thing that happens to a lot of people constantly, but it's more memorable when it's recorded. Let's put you on the ground. Nice, Devil's Restroom's back into a bunch of cards. We start dissolving cards again. Mm-hmm. And Duel will do it. And here's what I was trying to set up for the entire time. It's Mark Dark Temper. So until he gets a riposte, it's fine. Dark Temper, 104 damage. Good hit. I'm just gonna follow up with more damage. Another 32 out there. This should easily kill Marginata. Sweep instantly, knowing that it's necessary. I guess I'll Mania and then discard there. Alright, Rage Mine. Fill our hand. So many cards. 27 from that, 27 from that. Goodbye. I know what we're gonna do next floor. We'll find something. I hope. Each ally gains 1 spirit. While the equipped hero is leading, their attacks inflict 1 bleed or chalice from the palace. The hero picks this up, drafts 3 cards. Drafting cards is good for us.
Interesting.
Krog's Dinner. Ally aggressive. When this is destroyed, heal Sifa equal to this ally spirit. You may sacrifice this. Cast Devil, summoning 2 brutes is nice, but honestly, just attacking for 30 and having 2 gems is pretty good. Stalk, discard all Sifa cards. Next turn, Sifa gains 3 power, plus 3 for each card discarded this way until the end of the turn. And then the Rage version is Sifa gains 3 power, plus 3 power for each other Sifa card in your hand.
Fine.
It's pretty good, I guess. Grim Siphon's upgrade is just heal for 20 straight up. It's repeatable. I think we like the dissolving ones, actually.
Useful, perhaps.
Useful, perhaps.
The first hit of each battle inflicts bleed equal to half of the damage dealt. Quite good. Damage dealt to the other hero also increases Sifa's rage, or start with 4 daggers for Shara. The 4 daggers for Shara, actually, they are cards that dissolve, so they are going to deal bonus damage to the enemy. But I think having our first hit do a giant amount of damage, and then that giant amount of damage triggering a giant amount of bleed on the final boss, and then trying to just live, is probably a good way to go about this for us. It is worth noting, it is the first hit, right? First hit. So a multi-hitter like Frenzy is not going to do it. We'll take Blinding Topaz here, definitely. Blinding Topaz could be used in so many different ways right now, but again, we're just going to need to know more about the gems that are on sale here from Nardum before we can decide. Draw 3 cards, it hits all enemies. The next 666 attacks on this enemy are critical hits. Nice. There's another Dark Temper, Spin Blade. When your draw pile is larger than 15, this hero gains 5 power. Oh my god, the first hit each turn deals double damage as well. Oh my god. I'm taking the Honking Scope. I'm taking that Pendulum, putting it in you. So we have 5 extra power on you on turn 1, and your first hit does double damage, and it bleeds for approximately damage. Somewhere between the range of damage and damage. When the hero is leading, their attacks inflict a bleed. I mean, look, I'll probably go in that direction anyway. Oof, a lot of stuff revealed out there. When you play a melee card, deal 10 damage to the leading enemy. There's a Sky Tower over there, Sky Tower over there. It's good. It's all good. I don't know how many more vaults I'm really going to want to go to. Oh, yes, Entrench. It's columns. Draw another card. That's 9 cards in hand. Draw 2 more cards. Alright, Stalk. 3 power plus 3 power for every other card in hand is the end of the turn. Okay, that's some good power you got right there. Although I will need to be able to do damage with some of it. Yeah, that Flame Blast is pretty big. Sure. 106 damage twice. Oh! That'll end the fight, apparently. Ooh, Explosive Pigment as well as that ink. That's very powerful. Oh man, getting it up in that direction is pretty good too. Actually, that's so good. We're gonna stand here. We're gonna use the ink to go north. Actually, you know what? No, I can do it here and then use the ink to go north. And then I'm gonna cut over here, stand on that pile of gold, and then blow up the explosive. Ah. Just straight up attack for 50. Yes. Yes, I think I would like to do that. The swords are falling out there. Got a mentor. I don't want a bigger hit than this. This is very greedy of me. Sure. It's larger than what we had before, so it qualifies, I guess. Let's mark you. Sure, I'm gonna get you with a duel then. Oh, that was a lot of damage as well. Sulfuric barrier on my way back to the front. Okay.
Is that it?
Don't have to worry about sequencing my second turn, I guess. Oh, another hidden very well. Thank you. More energy. Yeah, it's just gonna be have to be rather having enough cards to have one big damage card no matter what I do, I think. What cards are like dead stops me right now? Things are expensive. Absorb Soul actually might be a one of the most dead stoppy cards that we have in the deck at the moment. 1000 Cuts is as well, but 1000 Cuts is probably going to be useful if Shara needs to suddenly be our damage dealer. Sure, Absorb Soul. Also, this actually transforms a card that more likely useful for us. Frenzy just dealing more damage. That's 55 damage on that Frenzy right now. One more normal battle for me, thank you. Attack all enemies for 50. Concentrate the lunge away. That concentrate sets up for a free Devil's Rest here. There we go. Dark Temper for the almost instant kill of the frontliner. I should also still make sure that I manage to heal out of this fight. Drain Strength and Rage Mind. Flesh Weave will help. And kill him. Yeah. This deck plays itself. It's pretty straightforward. We did find pretty much exactly the right cards that we would want with a Sifa that is permanently enraged immediately after getting Sifa permanently enraged. Quite delightful luck right there. Actually, access is going to be from up in that top corner, isn't it? Yeah, something like this. It leads down here, and then worst case scenario, we stand where the enemy currently is. And blow up space from there. Wow, there's actually a turn with not that much draw. Never mind. My mistake. I spoke too soon. I found the draw. Alright, stalk, and then 52 4 times. So this is hard because this game has like your first hit will do. X, and then it's got multi-hit cards. So this is not 52 4 times. It's 52 the first time, and then it's some other number afterwards. Thankfully, the show here demonstrates what it will resolve as, which is entirely necessary here because of that. I see it next to. More ink. I'm still fine with this. That ink actually is probably going to be more useful. Now we can start going to Runes of Sight. That's a narrative. Those are worth. Those are definitely worth. I already have a Magda's item, so I don't think I can get the Magda's event anymore. That was in the patch notes.
I see.
Yeah. I want to see too. Okay, definitely worth. Got his gemstone. Inflict bleed equal to damage dealt. Oh my god. Rune of Sight just immediately finds the space next to us. Love it. Okay, so let's think about our gems here for a moment. Ideally, we get the Blood Crystal and the Binding Topaz both in a card that does a lot of damage, like Flame Blast. And then we just saddle the enemy with so much bleed that they can't do anything. Which actually, that already kind of does work, like right now. We found our way out of what I did to myself. Still wasn't right to do, but we did it. Okay. I did accidentally stop the recording there. Oh my god, stalk. Good, good. Oh, the back enemy is stealth. That's mean. Oh, you butt. You absolute butt. Okay, well, fine. Just murder you. Then I have to gradually murder my way through you. With one more card.
Is that it?
Oh. I feel like I'm constantly breaking things open. All spaces in opposite directions. That, like, it doesn't access anything for us, but it gets 4 spaces in both opposite directions. It gets full 8 out of that. Don't usually get a utilization full 8. We had something down here as well, didn't we? We did. That's fine. No more room from consumables. Oh yeah, because I got the other ones. Well, I should probably use a consumable before we continue forwards then, just in case. I think I actually will use the 4 exploration into directions in the other area. Most of my goals are already met here. Most of the goals that matter on this floor, so just covering more ground efficiently seems probably the way we want to go with it. It's not a bad area for that. Not an incredible one, but not a bad one. All right, what's in the narrative? Ah, Marginata's boon. Well, I mean, it's got to be for Tifa, but what is it? It's max HP. Something, 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 something. Power? Ask for her blessing. Gain 2 power. Heal for 5 at the end of the battle. If the hero dies, the blessing fades. It's also 10 max life and full heal. No, we definitely go for that. Nice work, Tifa. Let's have a look at Nadam again, who's currently still holding a bunch of stuff we may want. I mean, look, the gem that draws 3 cards is really good. Where do I put it, though? just in the other concentrate, I guess.
Very well.
Scout's attacks hit all enemies. I mean, yeah, I could take any of those. I could not take any of those. I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but... All right, let's go into this normal battle. 252. Decent amount of gold. So, actually, you know what? Let's do some science here, because I probably got lethal somewhere. This attacks all enemies. Nice, Flame Splitter. Just gonna play that out. I'm gonna use the Flame Blast. So, inflicts bleed equal to the damage it deals, and then we also have the first hit of the battle inflicts bleed equal to half of the damage dealt. So, we should have 37 and 74. That's 81. 1. We should have 111 bleed on this target after this hit. That's what we get. Good.
Good. Strong. Good lord, that's strong.
It's another rage mind, another rage mind. Good on see if it's Wrath. So use Storyteller. Yeah. Just trying to get out of the fight without having to pop too many more cards. Good fight. Precision Ink. I mean, Precision Ink's really useful, but it was going to be very useful in the position I was just a moment ago. And am no longer currently. I mean, I just take more cards, right? Everything else is reliable in the deck at the moment anyway. Attack the leading enemy for 15, gain 5 block, or attack all enemies for 15, gain 5 block per enemy hit. See if it's Wrath, it's just another 0 cost card. Take it in this instance for that reason. Flame Soaker is going to have a lot of damage, but we'll take Jab because it will be 0 cost. Concentrate. Concentrate's just really good hit consistently. Sword of the Fallen.
Fine.
Fight or flight. Gain 5 block if Shara has courage. Attack the leading enemy for 15. Or another Dragon Spirit. Yeah, take another Dragon Spirit, I guess. If I have to take something, which I do. Another Radiant Heart. Thank you for letting me stack those all up there. Wow. I was not expecting that to all be quite blank. Okay, 3 tiles in straight lines, so I can go Precision Ink here, and then Ink up there. Ooh! The cards attacks deal +5 damage. Hell yeah. That just goes on a Spilling Blade, right?
Interesting.
Take a Spear of the Guardians. This is just now about collecting extra stuff for funsies. I should also make sure that I have access to that before I do anything else, because I knew that I was very easily able to access it, but let's just make sure it is accessed. There we go. And sure, let's fight the elite. Okay, let's meet shield, and then I will sacrifice you to get more block. Okay. I'm going to Flame Blast you and set up critical hits on you. Guess I block? No, I don't want to play any more cards because the tremors will activate. But the enemy is already dead because now they take 111 damage before they attack.
Rest well.
taking all of those. Whenever an enemy is... okay. Whenever an enemy is destroyed. Whenever our next enemy is destroyed, we'll have the ability to gain energy and draw a card. Mind, the game will be over because it will probably have been the boss. Oh, there's no tile in range because it actually activated itself. Nice. Yeah, whatever. Ooh, narrative! Ooh. Found a lot of value right there.
Very well.
Sure. I fear for you, Golden Fairy. I am almost sorry about what I'm about to do to you. Almost sorry. Let's go. Stalk plus Cephas Wrath. I mean, I want to get Fleshweave out as well, but... fair enough. I'll Fleshweave. That's more than enough. Enemy dies at the end of this turn. If I had anything I could use to heal, I would. Oh, and I can, so I will. Perfect. Now I can buy the other gem if I really want. Lightning Draw. Charge combo. Attack for 10. I mean, look, it's 0 cost attack. That's really what it reads for us here with what we're currently doing. All right, Super Rune of Sight. What do you find?
Interesting.
Ooh, that is interesting. Choose a card to win in a machine. Transform the card into another random card of the same hero. Gems are destroyed. I mean, I could get the Mania out of this deck. It's not necessarily a particularly good card in amongst the rest of these. This event is pretty lackluster. With the whole, like, it just changes one card, where there are, like, 2 spaces every floor. Sure, you have to discover them, that modify a card at a cost, agreed, but modify a card and give it a gem, and the gem rolls its rarity in a socket as well. So, I don't know, that event just feels undertuned. Like, events are, in my mind, events are supposed to be these things that you can't necessarily do otherwise, or you can't accomplish at least as efficiently otherwise. You know, unique seems to be a prevailing trend. Doesn't seem to do that. If the equipped hero did not attack this turn, draw 3 additional cards next turn. I mean, Doom would be nice. Getting the... yeah, screw it. I'll take Doom. And I'll make it cost 3 less. There you go. 0 cost Doom. We do now have the Entrench, so sure, you can get the...
very well.
Alright, pick up. Discard a card at random. I still don't want to discard at random if I can avoid that. Wait a second. Dark Temper. 34 twice. Yeah, Dark Temper should have been the card instead of Flame Blast. I chose the wrong card. I didn't realize that Dark Temper had 2 slots in it. Somehow. Yeah, your most expensive card should be transformed at this point. There you go. A melee combo high 5. I mean, look, if you're not casting a melee in high 5, if you're not casting a high 5 in melee, I really, really don't think you get the point of the high 5. I think that's a completely different gesture known as waving. Easy to get confused betwixt the two. I do often. That's us done, right? For everything? Pretty sure that's us done for everything. Alright. Time to get a skedaddle on. Oh, it's when Avatar of Mist deals life damage. Okay, well that makes sense, because otherwise Sifa is just useless against this. I was needlessly concerned, but it did make me, it did make me make maybe more useful considerations here. Solve that. Draw cards. Well, let's hope to get more, but yes. One big stalk, and then Flame Blasts. It's a lot of bleed. It is certainly a lot of bleed. Let's also get a riposte out there, draw another card, drain strength out there, draw another card, combo the lightning draw, another card. Oh, maybe Swords of the Fallen seems like it'd be a useful kind of thing here. And then we get quick strike, play another card. Oh, Flesh Weave, this is pretty good too. As long as we can play all of these cards, we're all good. Keep going, keep going. I mean, High Five is a combo card here, and it sets up for Devil's Rest being another combo card. Another Swords of the Fallen. Way too much courage. Way more courage than I could ever use. That is one thing about the Dragon Spirit, right? It's... There would have to be so many turns in combat for it to really matter past getting like 2 or 3 courage in it. But it's an always pick kind of situation a lot of the time as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see the numbers on that tuned a little bit. Alright, there you go. You now do crits. Making hits like that a lot easier for us. I mean, I have crits until the end. 666 more of them, right? Well, 663 more of them at this point. Oh no, I'm running out. Get Mentor out there, Warcry, and then Spinning Blade for 216 damage. Almost lethal. What is the correct way to flex on the enemy here? Try and end the fight on full life. Can that happen with us? Certain somehow, right? Flame Blast being the way to take him out as well is that kind of makes sense too. Concentrate out the Sulfuric, drawing more cards again. Concentrate out the Lunge. I don't have any natural card draw in hand. You know what? Sifa's Wrath should be the final card here, and that is just because thematically, that is what this run was. Just Sifa got real mad about something. Someone scratched Sifa's car in a Woolworths parking lot, and this is the run that resulted immediately thereafter. We get up to level 9 on Shara, level 7 on Sifa, and we get another level for our main party. We get Recall for Shara. Return all daggers in your Dissolve pile to your hand, as well as Flurry. Attack the leading enemy for 10. Whenever you draw a card this turn, deal 4 damage to the leading enemy. Okay. Disintegrate. Attack for 35. This starts in your hand at the beginning of battle. Not bad. Fodder. Ally, when this is destroyed, it deals damage to all enemies equal to twice the ally spirit. You may sacrifice this. And Summoning Crystal! Yes! At the start of battle, summon this ally. I wanted this crystal so damn bad. It is legendary. That makes sense. It is so powerful. Oh! Good run! Good run right there. We will sort out our progression from it. Actually, how many did we get? Okay, we got a decent amount of those to spend there. We will sort out the progression that has unlocked for us at the start of the next video. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Roguelike. Up in the top left, you can find a series playlist with all of my episodes on this game, past, present, and future, as well as a YouTube recommendation, and the credits streaming by of all of the generous folks supporting on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays at or above the $10 tier. Thank you all for keeping the channel about, and Solvent, catch you all around.